Sequence start.
What is up, weirdos? I am NAB Cobra F1. This is Chatting with Cobra, volume number 2. Today we're going to be talking about gossip and professional integrity. In the background, you have gameplay footage from Assassin's Creed 3 multiplayer. If you have not picked this game up yet, I strongly recommend it. It has a wonderful single-player campaign based in the American Revolution. The multiplayer is a lot of fun. I haven't gotten to dabble with it too much because I've been focused on the single player. But I did finally get into it. Got a pretty cool gameplay to throw in here where I ended up picking up a win and like my second ever gameplay footage on this. So I was really excited about that. So getting right into our topic today, I want to talk to you about, first of all, gossip, and then we're going to tie in the professional integrity to it as well. But professional integrity doesn't necessarily mean a workplace. If you're 14, 15 years old, 13, 12, however old you are, just because you don't have a job does not mean that you don't have situations where you have to be professionally integritous. And it also equates to, you know, your personal life and things like that. It's about honesty, it's about respect, it's about integrity. And those are the things that I want to talk to you about, and things that you can do and things that I feel everybody should do. And if everybody did these, we would have a much better, a much better world. If everybody got along, if everybody was honest and upfront with people, and there wasn't all this talking behind your back and gossip and, oh, did you hear what Aisha said? Because Aisha said this. No, I mean, we don't need to do any of that. A couple of weekends ago at work, we have a few ladies that I work with. I work very closely with a small group of ladies, and one of these women came in on a Saturday when it was just me and one other person in the office just covering because it's a weekend. And she came in on her day off, and she went to her desk and made a couple of phone calls and did some paperwork and stuff like that. And we both thought it was kind of weird. We asked her what she was doing. They were like, "Hey, Aisha, what are you doing here?" She's like, "Oh, well, I just had some stuff to get caught up on and check on." And we're like, "Okay," didn't think anything of it. So she takes off, and she's got a couple of bags with her she had brought in. She takes a couple of bags home with her. Didn't really think anything of it. And then after she leaves, I look over at where her desk is, and we all have these plaques that hang above our desk or on our desk that have our name and our title and how long we've been in service with the company and things like that. Well, her plaque's missing. I noticed it because she had just gotten her. She had just taken over this particular area of operation, so she had just gotten a new one. And it's gone now. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why is it? Did she take that down? So I go over and I look on her desk, and it's sitting there on her desk next to her keyboard. I'm like, So I thought about it for a second. Didn't really click to me. And then I look in her chair, sitting behind her computer, and there's a bag of clothes. Now I'm starting to wonder, because to what it means, I've been in management in some way, shape, or form basically since I was 16 years old, so about 8 years. So to me, that looks like somebody that just cleaned out their desk and is ready to leave. And I am by no means a snitch or a narc or anything like that, but if somebody leaves as close-knit and as closely as we all have to work together, and we cover each other on days off and stuff like that, if we have somebody that's about to leave, that is something that's going to affect our entire office, and something that I felt my professional obligations required me to forward to my supervisors. So I couldn't find my supervisor's number, so I called another lady we work with. I'm going to call her Marquisha. So I called Marquisha, and she didn't answer. Ended up breaking into my boss's office, finding one of her business cards, and gave her a call and let her know what I saw. Say, she didn't say anything to me, but this is what it looks like to me. It looks like maybe she's packing her bags. So I gave the boss my information, go back to work, not thinking anything of it. And then I get a phone call from Marquisha, and she calls me up, and she's like, "Hey, you called?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just needed to get the boss's number to ask her a question or two." And she asked me, she said, "Did Aisha come into work today?" I said, "Well, yeah, she came in and checked on a couple of things." And I'm already wheels turning, and I'm like, "Yeah, she's quitting." But I'm not telling Marquisha this because Marquisha likes to gossip. And I'm not in the business of spreading rumors and stuff like that. I felt I did what I had to do by reporting to my supervisors what I saw. But anyways, Marquisha comes back with, "I just wanted to see if what she said was true." I'm like, "Okay, well, she didn't say anything to me." She's like, "Well, she talked to me about how she might be in on Saturday." I'm like, "Marquisha, if there's something that I need to know, just go ahead and spit it out. Don't beat around the bush around it." She's like, "Well, I'll tell you, but you can't tell anybody." And I'm going to pause right here and go off on a tangent, guys. If you ever have something that you want to tell somebody, and you start off with, I'll tell you, but you can't tell anybody, chances are you're not supposed to be telling anybody in the first place. Just throwing that out there. Keep that in mind next time you want to tell somebody something. So, Marquisha was like, I'll tell you, but you can't tell anybody. Aisha's going to quit on Monday. Didn't even give me an opportunity to say, if I shouldn't know, don't tell me. So now I'm put into a position where I'm questioning my professional integrity now, because I have information, and granted, it's hearsay. It's information that was given me by somebody else. I don't know if it's true. All it is a rumor or gossip, if you will. So now I'm in a position where I'm like, well, shit, now what do I do? Because now I have more information to pass on to somebody, but it's a rumor that I would be passing on. Do I tell my boss what I know? Do I let it go? What do I do? So I end up not saying anything about it. And I'm pissed off, because I'm pissed off at Marquisha for putting me in this position to where I have to question my professional integrity and whether or not I should forward that information. And so I talked to my boss about it. Long story short, Aisha never ends up quitting. She stays with the company. She's still with us today. We get along just fine. For the next couple of weeks, though, I talked to my boss about it, asked her, what would I do? What would you do in this situation? How should I handle this? Well, ended up being that we decided that the best thing to do would be to just, instead of having a friendly relationship where she felt like she could confide something like that in me, we turned it into a professional relationship. So the only time I talk to Marquisha is if we've got business to discuss. I don't talk to her about her kids anymore. I didn't talk to her about this, that, and the other. It was strictly a business relationship. So this past Saturday, 2 days ago, she came into work and we had a discussion. And she called me out on it. She said, I don't want there to be any tension. I just want to clear the air and all this stuff. And I want to know why you're mad at me. And like, if you honestly want to know, it's because of what you did a few weeks ago with the situation with Aisha. By telling me that I couldn't tell anybody, you put me in a position where I questioned my professional ethics, and I didn't appreciate it. And so I've turned our relationship into a strictly professional relationship. And she's like, well, if you want to talk about professionalism, I know what you've said about me. Okay. What did I say? It's like, well, people that I trust told me that you've been talking about me behind my back. Like, okay, but what did I say? What did I tell them about you that has upset you and that has made you question whether or not I'm professional? Well, I'm not really going to get into it because, I know it was just maybe because you were mad. I'm like, what did I say? Bitch, if you're going to tell me that I said something about you, if you're going to tell me that you heard something that somebody said, that I supposedly said to somebody, and then not tell me what it was, you're not giving me an opportunity to defend myself. If I didn't say something and there's somebody around slandering me, that's bullshit. That's unprofessional. That's, again, gossip. But if I did say something, perhaps it was taken out of context. Perhaps I was said in a joking manner, and whoever it was that heard it didn't realize that. So how are you going to tell me I heard what you said about me, but I'm not going to tell you what it is? Are you making this shit up to try to make me feel bad because I'm pissed off at you? Don't pull some shit like that on me. This isn't fucking high school anymore. I'm 24 years old. I'm the youngest motherfucker at this place, yet for some odd reason, I'm the most mature. I don't get it. Weirdos, I thank you for being here today. If you liked the video, make sure you leave a rating below. I'm out. Peace.